You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. This one was hard, guys. In fact, when I added it to my spreadsheet, I put probably not possible in my notes. Anyway, there's a lot to explain, so I'm going to jump right in. So what can we see? It's just a car driving down the highway on a fairly dreary day. You pass a few signs, but they're all facing in the wrong direction for us to see them. I tried to get sneaky and see if I could see the reflection of this sign in the windshield of the car as you passed under it, but I wasn't that lucky. There's a white building in the back here that has some dark lettering on it. I'll come back to that. You pass a brown building here, which I thought might be apartments. There's a cluster of evergreen trees here that caught my eye, so I made a note of that. Then as the video ends, the camera turns to the left and we can see a few things. We see some unreadable road signs, a yellow sign which is likely advising drivers about a lane merge, and then another sign way off in the distance. Okay, the big problem here is I had no idea what state this was. We can see the license plate on this car for several frames, but it was not obvious initially what state that license plate was from. I tried looking at the writing that we saw in that building. I didn't recognize this logo at all. I moved back and forth in the video a few times to try to see this sign better, but it was really tough. I felt like I was picking out individual letters from individual frames of the video. Anyway, this frame helped me to see that I thought I saw V-E-R-T in the middle of the word, and some of the other frames suggested that maybe the first letter was an H or a K, and that the last letter might be a Y. So I started just guessing at names based on that information. I tried a few different names that didn't get me anywhere until I tried Haverty. Searching for Haverty got me Haverty Furniture, and when I dug into that, I saw this image, which looked like it could be a plausible match. Okay, so where do we find Haverty's furniture locations? From their website, I learned that they're in 16 different states, which is frankly a lot more states than I was hoping for. Some states only had a few locations, but some of them had like 20 or 30, so I was going to need to narrow it down. So I went back to the license plate. Okay, so like I said, on first glance, it seems like there's no way to tell what state this is. But after some pretty straightforward deduction and reasoning, I was able to rule out very many different states. I brought up my handy list of state license plates. I don't know why it's from 3M, guys. This is just the one-page reference that I found a while ago when I was looking for something like this. Okay, so before I started, I knew I could narrow it down to only the 16 states where Haverty Furniture had locations. Next, I ruled out any plates that had dark backgrounds or obvious features that I did not see in this video. I also noted that the plate in the video seems to be an uninterrupted string of characters that does not have like a space or a hyphen or anything else in the middle. That let me rule out a few more states. And once I did that, I really only had 3 license plates to check. A couple of plate variations from Indiana and Louisiana, and the one from Maryland. At this point, I realized that Indiana and Louisiana both use 6-character plates, but Maryland uses 7-character plates. And the one in the video looked more like 7 characters than 6 characters. So I tried to look at the Maryland plate and then look at the video and see if there was any other detail that I could see that would support that theory. I decided that the darker area on the bottom of this license plate looked like it might be the design that we see on the bottom of the Maryland plate. So I decided to focus on Maryland. There are only 4 Haverty's furniture locations in Maryland. And the second one on the list was the one in your video. You're driving southeast on Rouse Parkway in Columbia, Maryland. Google Street View confirmed all the details. I could see that Haverty's furniture building. I could see that brown building, which I thought might be apartments. It turned out it was actually a hotel. I saw those evergreen trees that we saw in the video, and I could see the signs from the exit that you showed us, as well as that yellow sign and the sign all the way down the road. If anybody else would like me to figure out where one of their videos was recorded, please tag me in a comment on that video.